Hello everybody.
Hi everybody. Today we're going to answer the question of whether or not we use cleaning products, soap, shampoos, all that kind of stuff. Do you want me to start?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we have two house rules which we're very strict about here. Number one is that nothing but fruit should be consumed on our land, in our house. And number two is that anybody that comes here should never use or bring with them any kinds of cleaning products, whether it be soap, shampoos, deodorants, aftershave, which of course in my case there's no chance of that being used. Really anything, you know, there's a plethora of different cleaning products for their body and for clothes and things that people might think to bring with them, but we don't want any of that stuff here. Primarily because we don't like the smell of any of that stuff, especially Greta. She's hypersensitive to any of that kind of chemical smells, artificial smells. And number two, our grey water from the house goes back in the garden, so we don't want any of that product going back in the garden. We want to keep the garden chemical free. So short answer to the question, no we don't. And for me, I have a long history of doing this, Greta too. Back in the 1980s, I fully cut out using all of those kind of things. I thought to myself, you know, nobody else is doing that in terms of no other species are using chemical products on their body, or even soaps of any kind on their body, in their hair. So I stopped doing that. And when I first, especially when I cut out using shampoo, that was a bit of a transition for me, because I remember that for the first few months after I'd cut out using shampoo, my hair was getting greasier very quickly, and I was having to have a shower every day, whereas prior to that I was taking a shower maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So that was the only thing that I really noticed. Soaps I didn't miss at all. Toothpaste I didn't miss, but shampoo I missed initially. And I even recall watching a documentary on TV at the time. Somebody said, let's see what happens if you don't use shampoo. And they went without shampoo for a period of time, and they concluded at the end that you must have shampoo because otherwise you just couldn't survive. Your hair got too itchy. But I remember thinking, well, that sounds like nonsense to me. But I mean, I must backtrack, because that wasn't something that I saw prior to be cutting out the shampoo. That was afterwards. So I'd already gone through that process. And I remember thinking, well, that's nonsense what he's saying. It is nonsense, because I've already seen that you can manage without shampoo. So really, you know, it was not an issue. It was a non-issue. Mm-hmm. I just cut it out and haven't looked back since. And Greta has her own journey she can talk about.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, my journey started already when I became vegetarian and then vegan, because I was slightly more aware, of course, of what I'm buying, if there is being animal abused or used in a product. So I would start using more natural soaps. And because I used to love to have minimum of things, I decided just buy one good soap and use it for everything. Which I did. I used to even grind the soap for doing my washing, laundry, and most of my life I do laundry by my hand. Only in last about 20 years I have a washing machine, but that came because the other people pushed me into it, which is okay, but that's a different story. And when I became fruitarian, I was already in Australia, and I met this girl And I was using only, again, one soap. I found out the best soap I could find on the market was Dr. Bronner's soap. And that can be also used for everything. It was even advertised using for everything, but in my mind, if I can wash something with something my skin, obviously it's cleaning product, I can wash with it everything, you know. Why you need shampoo and soap and this and that, and plus dishes. I was washing dishes only with water already when I became vegetarian. I never used, because the dishes wasn't so filthy. I didn't feel like they need any special cleaning product to be cleaned. So that was already, but my body and laundry, as I said, it was soap or cleaning things in the house too, just water. And in Australia, I met this girl, and we used to go together in a car for singing lessons, so we were really close, and she told me that she doesn't use any soaps or shampoos. And I was really surprised. I never heard of such a thing in my entire life. And I thought to myself, that's funny, she doesn't stink at all. She actually, I don't smell from her any BO at all. Like she smells, she had a pleasant odor. And I just want to say also, she was vegetarian, and she ate a lot of fresh stuff. And I learned throughout the years also that body odor comes with what we eat. Okay, more clean food we eat, the
Less
body,
food.
yeah, we always will have some body odor, but if the body is clean, the body odor is pleasant. I was told, because we like to hug people, I was told few times, since I don't use any of cleaning products whatsoever, I was told few times, after giving hug, I smell nice. Okay? I never heard that before. Never ever. So this is something to consider as well, that people, they may have a really bad, they may even stink, if I say it like fully as it is, but they don't understand it's come from what they eat. So they buy those soaps and perfumes and what have you, deodorants and everything, because actually they do stink.
Yeah, you can't cover it up. You know, it's like
But you can't cover it up.
it's like people think that they've got minty toothpaste, they can get rid of bad breath, but the bad breath is coming from inside the body, and all you're going to do is mask it with a bit of mint. It's not going to actually, it's not going to stop that bad odor coming out
So,
in most cases.
so anyway, so yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So this girl, but I was like really addicted to, and really brainwashed deeply into using, you have to use something to get things clean. So even I knew this from her. I didn't buy it straight away. I will keep using Dr. Brunner's soap. But it was playing on my mind, playing on and off on my mind, that information. Then other friend of mine, he had eczema, and he just went to see dermatologist visit because it really hurts. And doctor told him not to use any soaps whatsoever, or shampoo, nothing like that. And I said, if dermatologist, who is mainstream expert over the skin health, say this information to his patient, which is unusual. Usually they will give you something, not tell you don't use nothing at all. just the water. He, then I really thought more seriously about it, because the thought I can harm myself with using even soap, innocent soap, natural soap, I gave a really deep thought, and very quickly I stopped using everything like this. And with me, I stopped using shampoo. My hair, I have always problem with them. I used to even cut them, even I always wanted long hair. I used to cut my hair because I wasn't happy with my hair. My hair was a big nightmare for me since I was a little girl, because I wanted always long hair. My parents always cut my hair, almost screw cut, you know. And then when I have my own choice and I can grow my hair finally long, I wasn't happy with the quality of my hair, especially when I was getting older, like over 20-year-old, and therefore I was cutting them constantly. Even I grew them, cut them in certain times. Anyway, my hair, after first time, I wash them only with the water. No problems. The first time in my life, I was happy with my hair, and with the time, even the quality of my hair improved. I don't get oily hair, I don't get dandruff, I don't get over-dried hair, I don't get any of that. And
Yes, I think, can I say, yeah, because I really think that you become dependent on these things, and the dependence kind of habituates, well, obviously you get habituated to using them, and when you stop using them, it's almost like you stop using a drug. You have to go through cold turkey. You have to go through a period of time. I'm just actually recalling that when I was a kid, I got sucked into an advert that was on television, and it was for something called, I think it was called Lip Chap. It was this thing that you'd put around on your lips to keep your lips from drying out. In the winter, or basically any time, people would the advert was, put the Lip Chap on, and I started putting this Lip Chap on because I thought, well, that's cool. Carry the Lip Chap with me, and I'll put it on there, and it would like it was like my lips are kind of more oily, and they're not like dry anymore. And after a while, maybe, I don't know how long it was, I was thinking, why am I buying this thing that I never used before? And when I stopped buying it, or when I stopped using it, I suddenly noticed that my lips were really, really dry. Exactly what that was trying to prevent. I mean, I'd never had that issue before. And I think that's what's happening with the shampoo too, that your hair, your whole head, it becomes like it needs to have it in order to feel good. Although I know it shouldn't.
No, that's good. No,
but yeah, the Lip Chap for me was like a huge eye opener. That was suddenly like, after a period of time, obviously my lips reverted back to how they were before, so they never got dry. But in that initial phase of stopping it, there was that period of like, you need to have this.
Yeah, period of healing.
Period of healing, yeah. And we all get used to things, so yeah.
I go back to my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's very good.
Yeah.
So my hair were happy, but not my skin. My skin actually got much worse after I stopped using Dr. Bronner soap. At that time I was using that soap maybe for 2 years. I became aware of it. I was only 2 years fruitarian, so I was 30-year-old then. But because I already knew something, and I already went through my first detox during my first natural fast, I said, well, skin is the biggest body organ. Skin, I used to use a lot of cosmetic products when I was, from 15 up to 18. I was using all the beauty things. I used to use makeup because I believed I'm ugly. I used to use makeup since I was 15 as well. And I stopped doing those things as soon as I became vegetarian. Yeah, the makeup and all the other cosmetics for the skin. Then when I became vegan, I start using only one soap. And then when I became fruitarian, I also use only one soap, which was the most natural soap I can find on a product, with the least ingredients in it. And also I was most happy with what it does. But even though I still have to go through healing process of my skin, I understood the skin is detoxing from all those products I was using in the past. But it didn't take long, like 2 weeks, and my skin started getting really good. And throughout all years, I was getting compliments. And when I stopped using totally everything, people really, I was even surprised how people can even see it. For me it was normal. They used to say you have really beautiful skin. And so it's with hair. I got few nice comments that people would even have a need to touch my hair and tell me I have a nice hair. But now, because I was always on the sun, I love hot weather and being on the sun. At the moment my skin is a bit damaged by it, I can see it. So I start taking care of it in certain way, but definitely nothing from bottle. And this is something we may make video, different topic, how we actually do care about our laundry, our skin, hair, and all that jam.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
We can talk about it.
So one thing we want to say is about the ingredients. If you do look at the ingredients of soaps and shampoos, you'll mostly notice that there's a whole list of things that you probably won't even know what they are. But even if you can find a soap or a shampoo which is 100% natural, fully plant-based, all the ingredients that you recognise, you still got to ask yourself the question, is it natural to be using it? Because there's no other animals out there which are going around finding some kind of plant and rubbing it all over their fur or hide to keep clean. You don't need to do that. Keeping clean is something that just comes from being in water every day. I mean, obviously if you're not in water for a long time, then you start to get problems. But the real issue is from what you're eating. That's what really makes you unclean, because it all comes out through the pores of your body. Of course, if you're a car mechanic or something and you're getting grease on you, that's a completely different story. But generally speaking, you know, as fruitarians living a simple life, the only dirt that we're going to get is a bit of dirt from the garden, which washes up in the water. And we're not getting this stuff coming through our pores, which is making us oily and smelly.
Yeah, we hardly, how you say, sweat?
Hardly sweat, yeah.
Very hardly. I actually sweat only when I have a chili and only my head.
Yeah.
And only when I'm working in a garden in the middle of the day on a full sun in the summer, like 34 degrees. But not much. You know, I don't come with wet patches. Actually, I work naked, but I don't have a pouring sweat over my body at all. It's just like a little bit that, how to spray, if you spray a little bit your skin with water. Just very, very little bit. And also I want to say that every product you buy in health food store, all those soaps and shampoos and what have you, cleaning products, the process of it is toxic.
The manufacturing, the production, yeah.
It's toxic.
Yeah.
Also, the packages is mainly toxic. Sometimes it's a paper, but you know you can't. But most of the time it's plastic,
In a bottle, yeah.
and also it creates a lot of waste, toxic waste. So toxic production, toxic waste, and also every product we using. I mean, to human other people using, we don't use anymore. Our washes in the earth. Everything goes to earth. Your washing powders, shampoos, soaps, the beauty products, all the beauty products,
Yeah.
all the makeups, what have you.
Even if your grey water doesn't go back out in the garden like ours does, it goes somewhere. You know, it doesn't. It's not like it's being sent up into space and being shipped
Disappeared.
around.
It didn't
disappears.
vaporize. It goes in the earth.
Yeah.
It goes, every
It ends
cleaning
up in
product goes to water,
Yeah.
and then that water goes to planet Earth, goes in the ground, and it's poisoning the ground.
Yeah.
So we poisoning ourselves and Earth, and that goes with everything.
Yeah.
If you do anything toxic, it's not only you affected, it's affected everything, because we are part of one big body, even the humans. We are all one thing. You know, we depend on each other, we affect each other, you know. Like for me, it's difficult to live on this planet because I'm aware how many people, they put so many toxins everywhere. They're not even aware of it. And I have to live in it, you know. When I go in the town, all the smells, I suffer, you know. And they don't even smell it.
No, they actually, most people will pick up, you know, a sheet that's been washed in washing powder, and they'll think it smells fresh. That's what they're like, this is nice and fresh. And that's, it's funny how they've been conditioned to think of this toxic chemical smell as fresh. They associate it with it.
Because they use it. This is the thing.
Yeah.
For example, when I used to eat meat and bread, I used to eat it, I want to say, and when I stopped using it, within maybe a month or two, when I walk around such a shop who sell meat or bread, it would so stink, I would not believe how that stink. So if you use it, you don't actually think it stinks. You have to stop using it to realize. And it shows after a while, after your body actually get rid of it from your system, at least from the most of it, suddenly it's like your nose losing some blocks, and it really stinks. My mom was here. Nobody can use those things here, but you know, she likes to sneak things in. She's a smart cookie. And once we were taking her out somewhere, and she put some cream on her skin, on her face.
Very strong.
She come in a car. Oh, it stunk like hell. We said, Mom, what you done? This stinks. We windows down, and we just suffer. We suffer, and she thought it's funny because she doesn't smell it. She got offended when I used to visit her here because she was cooking for the family. I sit downstairs, and you know, it stunk. So I opened the window and put my head out of the window, and she felt offended, you know, because to her it smells good. Oh, something's cooking, smells good. You know, people come in the house, what are you cooking, smells good. Me, head out of the window, fui, you go, blah.
Everything changes really. Once you start going onto a fruit diet, your sense of smell changes, your taste really changes too. But we can talk about that another time. I think we've actually covered really.
Yeah, I think so too. This is actually a big topic in many ways, but it's going to be addressed again and again, and in our books as in the videos. You know, this is not the first time we hear about those things. So
round it up.
okay.
thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you for listening, and we wish you all the best, and take care of yourself, and don't forget about love. Love yourself, love others, and treat others as you want to be treated. Till next time, and thank you for watching, and thank you for all the beautiful comments, for every comment, and thank you, and see you next time. Bye.